Shreyash Devalkar also joins us on the show. He's, of course, the head of equity at Axis Mutual Fund as well. Shreyash, hi, good to be speaking with you. Any key changes in your thought process, in your rationale after the budget? Does life change in any way?
So, as far as budget is concerned, definitely there is a reinforcement on certain segments. So, one is as for last multiple years, India's macro has been good, and especially in this budget, the fiscal prudence is being shown, wherein fiscal deficit to GDP is 4.9 for this year, and there is a path for 4.5 and 4. So, definitely the macros continue to remain strong for us with this kind of fiscal prudence. It gives stability to currency. It is even helpful in crowding in of private sector capex, because otherwise if government borrows more, then the other borrowers may get crowded out. So in that sense, this is a budget which reinforces multiple things. One is good macro expected to continue. Secondly, it reinforces the fact that the private sector capex may come up, and at the same time, government, though they are not changed from their interim budget on the spending part, but the 17% YOY growth on the capex is really good number as such, and that also again reinforces the same fact of the capex-led growth. When it comes to the consumption part of economy, probably market was expecting some more, but if you notice some of the state announcement and state budgets, actually many of the state budgets are actually showing some part on the spend on the consumption, which may help consumption part of the economy. Though in the central budget, not much was seen. Obviously, they have policies like job creation, transfer to states, as well as rural housing. These schemes are definitely going to help with the consumption part of the economy as well. So, all in all, this budget broadly reinforces the earlier stance.
Right. So you've talked about rural housing, Shreyash, but let's get a little bit deeper about what aspect or what segment of consumption would you look at from an investment point of view?
See, the investment aspect of consumption is not particularly dependent on budget per se. It is a holistic decision. And if you look at it holistically, then on the consumption part of economy, we have seen that barring FMCG, which is broadly a mass market or consumption, and there are certain sectoral headwinds as well. Barring FMCG, most of other consumption-oriented sectors has done well. So it can be autos, OEMs, it can be hotels, it is hospital sector, then you have luggage, travel tourism. There are multiple segments, sub-segments of consumption. So barring say QSR and FMCG is where we have seen that in the listed space, the numbers have not been great, while most of the discretionary part of the consumption have shown great results in last 2 3 years as well. So our focus when it comes to consumption is on the companies and segments which have done well as such on the consumption part.
So your take, Shreyas, what is happening with the real estate cycle? Do you think it's peaked? Do you think this entire tax change could be a bit of a reversal, or do you expect the continuity?
See, as far as the real estate cycle is concerned, it started for various reasons. Post-COVID, in some states actually at that point in time provided the work stamp duty. Again, this cycle was sideways to down for almost a decade, not exactly almost 8 to 10 years in some pockets. So after that, since it has started, it is too early to call out that yes, the cycle is over. When it comes to the budget and the long-term capital gains, I would call it a simplification. So now there is no real estate as asset class is now compared with other asset classes. So when you do this, probably barring the investor class, and as of now, whenever we interact with the real estate companies, estate space, the investor segment is not much, barring some pockets. Some pockets definitely seeing high level of investor interest because there the prices has gone up too much in short period of time. But in other pockets, the prices where the price movement is not too sharp in a short period of time, the end user demand is there. So I don't think that it will affect the end user demand because it will have a limited impact on buyers who purchase home for personal consumption. For investors, yes, on a case-to-case basis, it may or may not be as lucrative. Again, there was also a mention about in the budget speech by FM that government will encourage states to lower stamp duty while also considering lower duties for women buyer. Right. So that comment was also very encouraging because again, if you see 4 years ago or 3 years ago almost, some state actually reduced it, and that where some of the that also helped kickstarting this cycle at that point in time.
Okay, Shreyash, great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for taking the time and speaking with us today.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.